Do you think the time that I literally ended stream, went out, picked up the order, dropped it off, and got back to now, do you think that was only worth $7.56 by the paid by time? Because literally that's what I just made for that one delivery. Literally $7.56. Technically, that should have been at least an $8.50 order. Should have been $1.50 more by my calculation. At least. So there we go again. I'm not paid at the correct rate for the hour I went out, bro. Oh boy. Oh well. Let's add this 756 to my already remaining balance on Cash App. So add money. 756. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a story. So my first delivery tonight, I started with $7 on my Cash App. Okay? I went out, made 2 deliveries, and with how long it actually took me to drive to each different delivery, making only barely anything, not even worth the actual gas, I ended up having to pay $20 in gas when I made what was it? It was like $13, $14 just for the 2 deliveries, and then I wasted it basically had to use $20 in gas and only made 14. Which means I ate into the money I originally already had in Cash App. And then, by the way, after pretty much everything settled and done, it left me with like $1 on Cash App, pretty much. And then, literally, the next delivery after that, they tried to send me downtown again, which is the delivery I told you, the second one they tried to screw me on tonight. That I told them no. I still got paid for at least making the commute, which that was only like $1 something. So I ended up having $2 on my Cash App. Made a delivery after that, since that, which was only like what? I think a $4 or $5 delivery, which put me back to $7 where I started tonight. Didn't really break even. And then now here's the actual other 7 I can add on top of that, which now puts me at 14, basically $15. Got 756 plus 723. DoorDash, make that fucking make sense, dude, for real. So now let's actually go to savings. So 756. We're actually going to do add money from cash balance, $7.56. And I'm going to actually let you guys do savings. Thank you. Even though I've already clicked savings like once, and I have to do it again in order to say yes, 2 savings, please. Which is $14.79. So technically I paid what? $20 and only made 14. I wish I could just turn this around and show you guys. Literally, I wasted money out of pocket to have to pay for gas because DoorDash does not know how to pay for the commute time properly. Okay? So, pretty much, it's ridiculous. Actually, to be honest with you, let's go back into DoorDash right quick. And let's see. It is actually still searching for orders right now, just because I'm setting it home again. So I'm pausing it, driving home after delivery, and then going out to pick the stuff up as I get the order. So I get paid a little more for the time being because of the fact they don't know how to pay properly. So, let's see. If we go to earnings, and I believe it's this one, which today is Wednesday, so they don't even have. Yeah, they do. All right, here we go. So literally began $2, then $7.56, right? The first one was $14.10. From that $14.10, okay, I had to pay 20 in gas. I paid $6 out of pocket with what I already had compared to the 14 that I also made, so I had to blow my entire earnings and out of my pocket to pay for the gas of the commute that I had to do in the delivery, I actually made less than the gas used. Then, after that, I ended that dash. I got off the thing with DoorDash to let them know, hey, I'm not making that other college order. And this is where they literally gave me $2. Okay? Two. Just for literally just commuting to go pick it up and then finding out that the order is too far away for the gas used, the money I was going to make. And then had to basically say, I need to cancel this order without it affecting my score because you guys are going to send me from where I am all the way down to the fucking college. Like, literally, 3 weeks in a row, I've literally sent them, do not send me to college. Do not send me to college because of the distance to the gas that it would use to what I'm actually making. Right? But there's the $2. And then from there, literally the order I just got off of, I made $7.56 for an order that actually should have been like $8.50 at base minimum. So I got ripped off like what, $1? Make that make sense? And then I literally had to sit on the support with the, like, on the phone with the representative and be like, am I actually going to make the money you're sitting here telling me you're going to pay me for my commute? Am I actually going to make it? Because you guys didn't send me the shit for the last 2 times something like this has happened. And when I say that, like, it wasn't exactly the same shit, but literally, like, the first one was a Burger King order. Legit, before I could get there, it got stolen. So I literally had to call DoorDash and be like, hey, their food got stolen before I arrived, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, we're going to refund the customer. And then I was like, am I at least going to get paid for the commute to get here? And they're like, yeah, you'll get paid. Never hit my account balance, not even the savings part of DoorDash. Under like the savings balance, nothing. It literally just stayed zero. Entire day. 3 days later, still zero. It's been a week since that day. Today, and I still have not received anything for that order, for my commute. And then literally a day or two after that, which was the Burger King order, a day or two after that, that was the order they sent me to another county. Okay? I went all the way into another county to deliver to a hotel in a separate county. Or like somewhere. It could be like not dorms, but apartment buildings. Like it could be an apartment, right? But pretty much I had to go deliver basically to an apartment out of county. And they only paid me $14. And then literally when I got off the phone with DoorDash, I was like, hey, you know what? You can make it up to me, and all I'm asking for is an extra $3. At least make my time be a little bit more worth for what I just had to drive. And they're like, okay, yeah, you'll receive it, but I have to put it in with the other people, and you should receive the payment when they get it. Dude, it's been like literally nearly a week since then. I have not seen that fucking $3. I am literally shortchanged $5 right now because I have not seen any of the reimbursements to those. So literally, I'm glad I got the reimbursement for today when I had to point out, hey, I didn't get it for the other fucking 2. I should have $5 extra right now sitting in my account just because of the reimbursements they failed to give me. Like DoorDash, literally, I'm gonna start calling them Scam Dash because now it literally costs you more gas to deliver than they actually pay you. So for everyone else, be careful when you accept a dash. Accept it and look where it's going to take you before you drive it. Even earned by the hour, I'm getting paid less than I should be for the entire drive, which means you guys are as well. So unless you're driving nearby where you're not using that much gas, you're going to need to start being like, hey, Dash, you shortchanged me $1 for at least the gas I had to use. I would like to see some reimbursement. Although technically, we should not have to do that as DoorDash drivers. And to be honest with you, I feel like as the Dasher, even though you are contracted, you are a contractor when you do this, you are contracted as a delivery driver on your own self, right? You choose your time, your hours, blah, blah, blah. But it is you are contracted. Even within this contract, DoorDash does nothing except for one thing. They are the website the orders go through. They're not the ones who actually picks up the order. They're not the ones making the order. They're not the ones delivering the order. Okay? They are the middleman. Their gas is not being wasted. They're not the ones physically picking up the drinks and taking care of their cars to make sure they can keep the deliveries going. The drivers need to get paid more. Okay? End of story. It's their gas, their cars, their time that they're doing to do this. It literally, it's my energy. I'm the one having to literally drive to the area, walk into the store, pick up the shit, which is labor, okay? Go back out to my car and drive, which, by the way, is time and then mileage and gas. And I'm not just putting gas mileage, I'm saying mileage in general, because the more you drive, okay, the more time you drive, the faster you actually need to take your cars in to get oil changes, check for tune-ups, which might mean more money on you because you have to either go out and buy the parts to do it yourself if you have the know-how to do it, or B, you have to pay someone by going into a garage or finding someone you know that will do it that isn't ripping you off, but you still have to go and pay them to do it, right? It's literally your cars, your time, your gas that you're out here doing this. Not DoorDash, you. So yes, DoorDash needs to pay more. I'm sorry, the base payment DoorDash needs to go from $11 an hour, which by the way is not even minimum wage in my area. Minimum wage in my area is $14. 14 for minimum wage. You are paying less than minimum wage in my area. Think of that for a second. DoorDash, depending on the area, you need to match the minimum wage. It's as simple as that. Okay? Just pointing it out there. I can literally go for an interview at any job right now, which, by the way, I do work. I actually do, like, maintenance stuff like that, guys. But I'm only hired on for maintenance, like, basically 2 to 3 days a week. And I do mean 2 or 3 days a week. Okay? I go in for like 2 days. Like, okay, when I say 2 or 3 days, 2 days is my usual checkup days. I go in, like, review everything, make sure everything's up to tip top shape or at least not like broken. And then the third day is like, okay, something actually broke. I need to go fix it, right? So I go fix it, which is my third day. So technically, I do inspections for 2 days legit. Like, I go in maybe for like 2, 3 hours and do my inspections and I'm out. Okay. So pretty much every other day is DoorDash, right? But if I go in for an interview, the base pay for most areas is, I crap you not, like if I'm off by a little bit, it's by $1. I think it's like 13.50 is actually like starting rate. But I can literally walk into a Dollar General if I wanted to, guys. I'm not going to. But they will start you at 13 an hour. Okay, in my area, that's literally minimum wage. 13 an hour. Okay. I can go flip pizzas at a pizzeria for like 13.50 to 14 an hour. DoorDash. My minimum wage is at least 13 an hour. you need to make your actual like delivery thing per hour 13 in my area. Not to mention, bro, I throw $10 in and that's only like a quarter and a half of gas, bro. I can go from literally a quarter of a tank, throw 20 in, and I'm literally still got a whole quarter to go to full. Okay? Basically from like we'll say a quarter of a tank, it would take $25 to fill my fucking tank. It's not the biggest tank, and it does okay for its gas mileage. But end of the day, like it's full $30 from E to full, nearly 40. And I know there's people out there that's like, well, my car takes 80, and well, depending on your car is also dependent on the fuel type you're using. So if you're using a truck, it's diesel. Of course, you're paying more. You're in diesel. If you're using a car and you're using like the highest brand of gas, which by the way is kind of nonsense to do, you're actually paying more for less gas overall. Um, yeah, of course you're paying more. But don't get me wrong, I know there's tanks out there bigger than mine, like they literally hold more gas. And one of those I actually knew was an Equinox. I actually used to have my Equinox till someone ran a red light and literally rear-ended my car. When I say rear-ended, it wasn't the full-on back of my car. It was literally like it's a little behind the passenger side door. So think of like the wheel cap, the wheel hub kind of like esque to the back of the car. They hit that from the side, but it was closer to being like basically rear ending me. Um, and broke my entire fucking axle, dude. Like they totaled the fucking car. Um, and they ran a red light. I pretty much got the entire car paid off because basically where I had it set up, I was trying to do the financial thing to help grow my credit score. So I went through and actually done like with the where I bought the vehicle from, where I could actually build my credit score a little better, right, or a little more. Um, so I ended up having the rest of my payments done. It got paid off, and then pretty much put me in a cheaper car. So right now I'm driving a cheaper car than what that other car was. Um, yeah, I missed that car. And now that car was like $50 from E to full. So I do know there's tanks out there much bigger. But I also loved it because that car actually had like on a full tank, I got like fucking five to 600 miles per full tank. Like it was fucking great. And then if I let the hose go a little bit more, like when it cuts off and you do it a couple more times just to put more into it, I think I could get it up to like fucking basically 700 miles. Okay, so I could easily drive 700 miles without needing fucking gas. The car was wonderful. I miss that car. Just goes to show you can control yourself when driving. You just can't control the fucking idiots around you. But that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're just talking about honestly. Let's go with the sight. Even though I like the reticle to that a little bit, this will help with like recoil stabilization just a little bit more. Even though it doesn't really full need it, but there we go. Um, so yeah, it's just one of those things like be careful as you drive, guys, not only from DoorDash ripping you off, but other cars around you, man. Idiots drive too. I don't see how they fucking got their license when shit like that happens. I really do not. Um, someone wherever the whoever hands out licenses, man, from the DMV, man. Where I am, it's like it's called the DMV, but other places I've heard it being called something else. Like in Canada, they call it something else. Same as like where my friend Drake is from, they call it something else. Which Drake is not from Canada; he's actually from a different state. but he's still in like the U.S. Um, but yeah, it's kind of oof, man. It is. I swear they need to run some better checks before they start handing out like, yeah, man, you passed. Here's you a license. Because I'm pretty sure if they vetted some more of those a little bit or done something a little like made them a little bit more particular to how people are driving, I'm pretty sure we'd have less wrecks around the U.S. Let's be honest. Right, like teach people how to actually board an interstate properly. Teach people how to parallel park. Teach people how to all the different stuff. We'd have less wrecks, dude. Um, One thing especially, and this goes for I don't even know if it's just like my state or not. I don't know if you guys have the same thing, but people do not know how to board a fucking interstate properly, and end up creating more wrecks than what should be happening. And the reason I'm saying this because when you're boarding an interstate and you're on an on ramp, you're not supposed to slow the fuck down. Okay? If you know your stretch of the interstate you're boarding is 70 miles an hour, when you hit that ramp, you're supposed to go from whatever speed you are, may that be 30, 45 miles an hour, up to 70. You're supposed to reach 70 and zipper in. Think of a zipper, like when you close a jacket and you're pulling the zipper up and zipper in into the flow of traffic. You're not supposed to slow the fuck down and literally create issues with merging onto the interstate. You're actually supposed to speed up. Okay? And a lot of drivers in the US do not know this. Almost every time I board an interstate, if I'm not the first car, I'm literally the second, third, fourth car on the interstate, like trying to board the ramp of the interstate. I'm usually having to slow down because the people in front of me are literally slowing down and making issues for like actually merging to the interstate 3 times harder than it actually should be. Just speed up. So the on-ramp where I'm at, from that stretch to, we'll say, the first bridge that goes over a specific waterway is 70 miles an hour. Okay? Which means the interstate ramp we are taking to come off of where I am to hit the interstate, by the time you're at least 3/4 up the ramp, you should be nearly 65 to 70 miles an hour, not 45. So, yeah, people just don't know how to drive. On top of that, like, if we actually had the instructors pay attention to people driving, signaling for a turn. It's crazy for me to say this, and a lot of people are going to laugh at it. But if you come to where I am in the U.S., people do not signal when they're supposed to. Like 300 feet from a turn, you're supposed to signal. 250 to 300. They will wait till they're literally just now making the turn to go, oh, signal. So if you're going 45, they're going 45. You're leaving a proper okay space like between the cars. And they wait to make that turn and then signal right on the goddamn turn. You got to slam on the fucking brakes. One, to stop from colliding into their rear end as they're hitting their fucking brakes to make the turn when they signaled on the turn. It's fucking stupid, man. U.S. drivers are the worst I've ever seen. And I've been born and raised in the U.S., so I could talk about it. Okay, because instead of having that 300 feet, turning the signal on so the cars behind you know, hey, you know what? He's going to be turning. Maybe I need to reduce my speed. So you start reducing your speed. So that way, by the time they come up to either have to stop to make the turn or slow down to make a sharper turn, no one has a chance at rear-ending each other. I don't know how these drivers also pass the fucking driver's ed or a driver's test for a fucking license. Not to mention the idiots when you're on the interstate or any type of freeway They don't even signal. They just get the fuck over in your lane. And sometimes it's like almost nearly in front of you, where if you aren't actually a vigilant and paying attention person who's driving, or at least actually paying attention to what you need to, someone's getting rear-ended. Because, instead of flipping on a signal to say, hey, I'm trying to make it into the right lane or the left lane, letting everyone in that lane know either they need to speed up or slow down to let you in, right? They just get the fuck over in front of you. And the worst case for this is like, if you know there's about 2 car lengths of a car in front of you for the next car, which, by the way, is how you should drive. And to be honest with you, every 10 miles an hour you go. So at 10, that's 1 car length. 20, 2 car lengths. 30, 3 car lengths. Okay, is how that is supposed to go. Now that we know that, let's say you're going 45 and you're putting 4 car lengths of cars in front of you. This is in case they slam on their brakes and you need to do the same. You're not going to be hitting them in the rear. So you leave this spacing. The other car does not follow this. They're in the ones in the left lane. They never signal to get in the right lane. They jump over directly in front of you, nearly behind the car that is in front of you. That car has to slam on his brakes. The car that jumped in front of you slams on his brakes. And then now when you slam on your brakes, guess who you are 90% of the time going to be fucking rear-ending? And I'm not saying this for the fact of like I got in this crash. I'm more hyper vigilant when I drive. So if I see idiots not signaling, getting the fuck over, I'm slowing down even more to let them fucking get over and giving myself proper spacing. But the end of the day, like, how the fuck did they get their license? Because realistically, what's going to happen is when that happens, and let's say I don't have a camera recording or any type of like device showing like, hey, this is what actually happened at the time being. When I rear end them because of their stupidity, I'm the one still paying for the shit. Because it's my fault for hitting them because I had no proof to prove. They just pulled straight in my lane with no fucking signal, slammed on their brakes, and then I had to fucking hit them. It's very stupid. Okay? It is horrifically stupid. And I know we came off of like DoorDash into this, but guys, if you come to the US, pay attention when driving. Because US drivers don't know how to fucking drive. And I hate to say it, because everything I've just told you, from interstate ramps to signaling, with 2 different versions of reasons to signal, of crashes that can happen in the US. And that's not to mention the people who drink and drive, under the influence, and drive. And I don't mean of just alcohol, I mean like literally like drugs, right? That do this and get behind the fucking wheel thinking, I'm okay, I've done it before, and they get behind the fucking wheel again and again and again until a fucking crash happens. Trust me. The bar I play darts at, I go down there. I'm throwing darts. I see people the entire time with a beer in their hand drinking, and then literally not even 20 minutes of drinking a beer, they're walking out the door, getting in their car, and driving home. Let that sink in. A person with the weight of an average weight, okay, we'll say that, an average weighted person, it takes 24 hours, not 24, 1 hour, sorry guys, I'm kind of stupid there, 1 hour to take a shot out of your system. When you take a shot of alcohol, for that to fully process through your system is 1 hour. And yet I see people a whole fucking beer walking the fuck out of the place and driving home in 20 minutes. Okay? I hate to be that guy, but US citizens, can we retake some driver's ed? or even just like pay attention to what we're doing with our actions when behind a motorized vehicle, please. And this is not just for me. This is for even the people on motorcycles, man. Like when you get behind the wheel and you just drunk that much, not only are you at staking any pedestrian, the cars beside you, but the cyclist, man, the people on motorcycles who have no actual car, you're actually going to be physically hitting the tire of their bike or their real leg. Not a door, a leg. Okay, which in that leg is not just going to be their leg, because when you hit their leg, yes, you're breaking their leg, but also now you are taking their bike, turning it sideways, flipping them over and rolling them over the fucking ground, okay, with their bike landing on them and having to be like maybe not on them, because sometimes the bike goes right and then the other guy goes forward, so the bike doesn't actually hit them, but you get the idea. It's literally at risk for everybody around you. I should not have to sit here and talk about this. And there's one saying I love to say repeatedly, okay? And it's a saying that I didn't create. I've actually heard this from people when I worked with Road Safe, being a person who went out and held a stop sign to hold traffic or flip it around to slow and then kind of like wave the direction they needed to go and let them know to stay slow because there is road work ahead, while having my walkie to be like, do you have any cars coming your way? And then if they're like, no, you can let yours through. All right, I got 3 for you, man, or whatever. Um, and the funny thing is they have like sayings. 3 is free, 5 is live. Okay. They have sayings. And they're, pretty much fun sayings sometimes for the most part. 2 for you. Okay. Yeah. So we'd let them through, blah, blah, blah. I've almost been nearly hit by cars who failed to pay attention. Okay. When I say this, I mean legit, I've had to run or dive out of the fucking way. I have. Okay. Um, I ain't gonna tell you the exact location, but I was up kind of like near the mountains. I say near because we're just a little ways out from the actual like cabins and mountains, but we're close. We were shutting down pretty much one lane of traffic to let a utility truck work on running fiber optic. Okay, so we had a whole like one side of the lane shut down. So this way we were waving traffic only into one lane, so we're having to let people come down their side, and then I hold mine, and when she gets done, or he stops their traffic, I let mine go while being on the walkie to make sure we're doing this without having any incidents. Um, I'm standing well out in the open. There's no curve. Okay, so I'm not like on a hidden bend holding the stop sign and anyone coming down that's going to hit me. No, this is a straightaway. Okay, so the driver would have seen me for like 300 feet. Okay, no turn. This driver is like coming towards me, and instead of focusing forward with the occasional like left mirror, look the rear view, look to the right mirror, and staying where his focus is straight, he's legit looking out to the fucking left. Out his side window to the left, just going down the road. And I'm sitting there with my stop stick, and I'm like, is he gonna see me? Is this motherfucker gonna see me? Like, I'm not speaking out loud, but I'm like, is this fucking cunt gonna see me? Is he gonna fucking see me? Please, hello, I'm standing right the fuck here, and literally had to dive. Okay? I literally had to dive out of his fucking way. And then I get yelled at over the walkie, hey, you gotta let me know when you're letting someone through. And I'm like, yo, they weren't even looking at me. My stop sign is up, and he almost hit me. I had to dive out of the fucking way. Okay? Careful when you drive around the U.S. Heaven to bid the workers who have to work off the side of the road for their daily life. Leave prayers for them because it's dangerous. And that is only just one story I've been through. I've almost been hit like 5 times. working in basically that 1 year, I almost got hit 5 times. It's incredibly idiotic to give people like that a driver's license, much less allow them to buy a car. Not to mention, here's a couple things to give a pointer to you guys. This isn't going to be life or death. This is just like money saving for you. When you're driving a car, and let's say you're coming up to a red light or a stop sign, and there's a car in front of you and they're stopping, the proper way to stop your car, you should still see the rear tire of their vehicle touching the ground through your windshield when you are stopped. This way, it's giving enough distance to, let's say, the idiot behind you isn't paying attention and hits your fucking car. Okay? They don't even realize you're stopped. They just hit you. When they hit the rear end of your car and your car goes forward a little bit, giving that much of a gap means you don't hit the driver in front of you. Because even though the car behind you is the one that hit you, if you are to hit the car in front of you, even though another car pushed you to do it, you're still the one at fault for hitting the other car. Okay? So let's say a black SUV rear-ends you and then you run into a red truck. Well, the black SUV has to pay you. You still have to pay the red truck. Okay? Just putting that simple. So when you stop at a red light and there's a car in front of you, leave enough space. And this space, again, is you should visibly be able to see the full back tire of their vehicle touching the ground. Meaning, where you stop, you should be able to see the bottom of their tire is sitting on the ground. Okay? For the back tire. That's proper spacing. The next thing is called the 4-second rule. This is like when the light just turns green, and you're going through a green light or a red light. Okay? Meaning if the light's green and the traffic flow is moving, okay? And even if you're not the second car in line, you're the first car in line. This is no matter what. It is called the 4-second rule. This is the same rule you use when you look left, you look right, and you look forward. And then you look left, you look right, and you look forward. The 4-second rule. Because you're going to look to make sure even though your light is green, there's still nobody crossing your intersection. Okay, from left or right. Preventing a crash. Second, you are to count 4 seconds before you go. Okay? This is another good way to make sure if you fail to still see some of the stuff, you still have reaction time. Because when you sit there and that light turns green, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You have given more than enough time for cars to completely clear that light before you start to go. Now, even as the second person in line, do the same thing. If the car ahead of you starts to go, count 4 seconds. The 4 seconds will actually give you the proper distance for follow distance that you're actually supposed to be following the car in front of you. So if you don't understand how to visually see the distance, wait till you're behind somebody, stop at a red light with them, right? And then when they start to go, count 4 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. And then get into your gas. And don't super speed through, just gradually get up like you're supposed to. And that will be the actual proper follow distance behind cars that you're supposed to follow. So if you actually work and you have to utilize anything for company vehicles, and they have certain rules to actually mandate follow distance, stopping on red lights, Making sure you don't do what is it called? Now this is a actual law, by the way. Stop signs. There's what's called a rolling stop. A rolling stop is when you roll up to that stop sign, you might stop for just 2 seconds and go. Like you literally roll up, stop, go. Like that fucking quick. That is a rolling stop, and that is actually illegal to do. You're actually supposed to set at a stop sign for 4 seconds. You pull up to the stop sign, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. And then you're supposed to also look left and look right to make sure both sides is clear enough for you to go where you're not going to get hit by another car or you're not going to hit another car. Make sure it's safe to go. And I'm not saying this to make US drivers sound stupid. It's just I think they get more into what's called rush mode, which is when they're like, oh shit, I'm going to be late. And this is where the saying that I was telling you guys the road safe comes in. Okay? If you don't want to be late to somewhere, don't leave out late. Plan ahead. Okay? Get to know the traffic in the areas. 1. Okay? How does the traffic actually operate in your area? How long does it usually take through the traffic you drive through to get to work? All right? Incorporate that into your commute time. This means if you have to be at your work by 4 o'clock, but you know you have 30 minutes behind all the traffic and you try to leave 20 minutes from your home to make it to work, which is 30 minutes away, that's on you. And you should not get mad at the drivers around you. What you should do is plan that. Okay, if I know it's a 30-minute commute, I got to be at work at 4 o'clock. That doesn't mean I wait till 3:30 to walk out the door. I should be walking out the door at 3:25. That gives me my 5 minutes to make sure my car is fine, it starts, and I'm hitting the road. So this way, by the time I hit the road, I'm giving myself that 30-minute drive, and I'm not going to be late. And then now there is actually one more thing to understand that businesses do like to operate on. Okay? On time is late. Meaning, if I punch in at 3 o'clock and I'm supposed to be scheduled at 3 o'clock, technically, you're on time, but businesses will call that late. The reason for it is because they're looking at you to leave your house on time. And let's say something happened that was out of the null that you did not know was going to happen. You possibly now are punching that clock at 3:01 instead of 3. So what they want you to do is at least be in the building 10 minutes early. This way, if you're still punching the clock at 3, they still can see you're there and on time. So they know, hey, if something was there and it was going to delay you 5 more minutes, but you're here 10 minutes early, you still would have been 5 minutes early. Okay? Leave your house at proper time. That is not hard to do. Set a routine. That means if you know you don't wake up easy on specific times, go to bed earlier. That way you go to bed earlier, wake up on the proper time, and you're still going through your same time day. You're just offsetting the time to being, I don't know, if you have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning instead of going to bed at like 11 o'clock at night and trying to get up at 3, go to bed at the normal amount of hours you normally sleep. If you like an 8-hour sleep, look at 3 o'clock, okay, which is the time you need to be at work. Adjust for 1 hour back, and then count 8 hours back from that. Or you can count 9 hours back. So this way you actually wake up at 2, or technically you want to adjust 2 hours and then count the 9 hours back, or 8 hours. So this way when you get up, you're giving yourself an hour to get ready and then an hour to commute. Okay? This way you can make sure you're there by 3. If not a little earlier, so you can go ahead and get paperwork, stuff like that done, and then head out to job site. Right? depending on what your work is. But don't leave out late to expect to get somewhere on time. Love it. Now, I've heard that, and it's not through me being late, because, guys, I'll let you know, I'm usually 30 minutes early to any job I go to. 30 minutes early, okay? Which is counted as fully on time, because of the fact of I would actually get there 30 minutes early and more than likely be clocked in around the 20-minute marker of being early, right? So I'd actually have 20 more hours in my day than the time I should have been there. And that's just for the fact of being able to get there, get my paperwork done, take a picture of all my gear to show that I had my gear, which is my safety glasses, my hard hat, my tier 3 vest, my jacket, which also was technically tier 3 because it literally had the same tape and everything as my actual vest did, but it actually comes with sleeves for the winter. And my khaki pants, right? Because they wanted khakis or jeans for the fact of they wanted it to be stronger material than what, sweatpants stuff, all that is. And then gloves and steel-toed boots, which right now I'm not wearing, but it's been a minute since I've had to put them on because I actually don't work for Road Safe anymore. But I still kept my boots because I love them. They're the boots I had before going to Road Safe, which actually I do know where they are. They're right here. But like I can do that, or I can just go to a counter and show you they're still towed. Okay. I will say it wasn't a bad experience to a point of like being horrible. I mean, yeah, I was out getting sunburnt and tier 3 blisters and constantly, even while blistered, still going out in the middle of the sun to continue to work, which doesn't feel good. But the pay was decent. Um, like I'll say, nearly $800 a week was not bad. Okay, I say nearly because it was either 800 to literally $1,000 a week. I think the most I made was like $1,000 and 150 in one paycheck, and that was weekly pay. Okay, so yeah, it was okay pay. Um, I just don't work there anymore because I ended up not having sufficient gear for a specific time period. So I had to like get let go, and then I ended up getting the gear, going back, and then during that I had to wait like a 6-month wait period where I was supposed to completely start over, like re-get certified, like go through my certifications again. Um, and legally I'm supposed to. As you guys know, I'm a pickler for legality, hence how I sat here and talked about the driving. But they tried to cut corners and have me immediately go out to a site before I got certified for the second time. So I had to sit there and be like, I'm sorry, I just can't. I have to be certified. And they're like, no, 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 just meet your driver, blah, blah. The legal issues that could go behind that is really, really bad on my side. If I was to agree to that and something happened, technically I'm uncertified at that point. So that's really bad for the company, but bad for me being out there. And two, the lawsuit that would impact me if the reason anything happened is already pinned on me because I'm the uncertified one. Even if the other driver was not driver, but the other flagger is at fault, that still falls back onto me because I'm uncertified. So I had to say no, I'm sorry, I just can't, and retracted basically trying to work for them again. But as far as like getting certified the first time, working for them, going out on jobs, it wasn't bad. Okay. I'm not going to say the state I'm at, what branch, because of the fact of I don't want any flack coming back onto them because they're all good people. Okay. They just tried to cut a corner. And I mean, like, I understand because I was kind of one of the good workers that was there, as in, like, I worked hard, make sure everybody was safe, me and everyone around me was safe. Um, and I actually made sure I talked, and if the walkies weren't working, and I tried over and over and over and over, I'd see if I could see my other flagger, let a couple of mine through, then rehold the rest after that, just to give her time to be able to send some through, and actually try to visually operate as well, not just over a walkie, because sometimes you can see the other flagger, but your walkies just for some reason don't reach, or they die. So you have to end up calling the other person or whatever. And at one point, the walkies quit, but I just started Road Safe. So I didn't even have anyone's number on my phone. They didn't have my number, and I didn't have the company phone yet. Like, literally, you have to wait like 2 weeks before you get a company phone. So I didn't have the company phone, which already comes with everybody's number. I had my own phone only, and I didn't have my driver's number. So literally when that happens, you have to try to operate to the best of your ability. And especially if you can't see the other driver, oh boy, that's when you have to literally just like hold your traffic and really carefully walk backwards while occasionally peering back to make sure you're not going to fall in a ditch or, trip and fall or, hurt yourself. But you also got to pay attention to the drivers in front of you that are slowly going to move forward at the same time you're walking backwards, okay? To make sure they don't hit another car, they don't run over a utility worker, and then you have to get to where you can see the other flagger or be within range where they can hear you and let them know, like, the walkies aren't working, like, holler at them and try to be within vocal range to vocalize when you're letting cars go over yelling, okay? A lot of stuff that goes into that. So I just wanted to make sure I'll let everybody know, like, I've actually got out and got behind, like, the working class that way. That's what I did for, like, basically a year and a half to 2 years, guys, was flagging. And that's where, like, I dropped YouTube for the longest time, okay? Well, it's because that job, man. Like, I'd go out at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I wouldn't get back till, like, fucking, Lord Almighty, like, sometimes, like, fucking 12 midnight, okay? 3 o'clock in the morning to 12 midnight. And then I'd be expected to go to bed, wake up again at like 1 or 2, make it back to work by 3, and get my ass back out to a job site. Yeah, that's hard to get a streaming schedule or even like a gaming schedule to like record gameplay and upload it. It's hard to do when you're on that type of schedule. Which is where I was for the longest time, guys. And I mean the longest time. It was not the funnest of times, man. It just wasn't. So, I mean, when I say it wasn't fun because I wasn't able to game. Now, being out there, like, yeah, dude, like, I got to walk every day. I had exercise. Basically, it's like going to a gym for free. I loved it, but due to certain reasons, I did have to quit. Uh, just because, like, I didn't want like a super large lawsuit to follow me for any given reason, even if it wasn't my fault, because I was the one that wouldn't have been certified at the time. It would have just fell back onto me. Hey, he's not certified. He's the reason it all happened. And it would have just fell back on me. So, yeah, no. But I still got my certification card just because I kept it because I felt proud of myself for getting it. It's actually still in my wallet. And it'll probably always be in my wallet as like a memory for getting certified. But I do have my flagger certification in my wallet, and all kinds of cool stuff inside my wallet as well. Oh, this is my car insurance. That needs to actually go in between this and then push down into here. Sorry, guys. Yes, I keep my car insurance in my wallet. Oh, I might have put it over here. I did. So right here, ATSSA, which is American Traffic Safety Services Association. Okay. This is to affirm that, and then my name has satisfied the requirements to be designated as a certified flagger. Issue date was 10/8/2025. The expiration date is 10/8/2029. Okay? Even though the expiration date to this says 2029, if you leave road safe for 6 months, you have to re-go get certified again. They force it. The instructor's signature, I can't even freaking read that, but it is signed. And then instructor's name, I can't actually say his name, but I'm going to say the initials is TK. Okay? Like Team Kill TK. That's all I'm going to say. I am certified. So, yeah. So, also, if you ever want to know what is actually required for the most part, it's actually on the back of this card, too. So, essentials flaggers checklist. Stop, slow paddle. Okay, meaning you have your stop sticks, which is, your stop signs that you hold in your hand that are mobile. And then slow paddle, which, by the way, is the same thing. Or, okay, there's actually something you can use in place of this, which is not just a stop slow paddle. You actually get something that is kind of like a flag. If you hold it up a certain way, it means stop. And then when you actually lower it and very slowly tell the people to go, they can go. So there's actually two ways of doing this. There's actually three, because you also get what's called actual light sticks. People around the job call them lightsabers, like miniature like dagger sabers or something, because they are little red sticks that you can hold that glow red, and when they're up, it means stop. When they're down, it means go. Okay? Proper positioning of flagging station. So this is learning where you actually stand as a flagger, which we're not going to go over all that, but yeah, number 2 is that. Number 3 is high visibility safety apparel, which, by the way, is the level 3 vest. And the bright hard hat. Now, the level 3 doesn't have to be a yellow vest. It could also be the orange vest. It just has to actually meet the criteria of being a level 3, which means it has sleeves. It has the, when I say sleeves, it's not long sleeve. It can be like literally the sleeves that just come down to your elbow, like a t-shirt. And then it has to have the reflector kind of tape, like the tape that's there that reflects, so when like headlights hit it, it does the reflection off of it. And then it has to be a bright visibility vest. Okay? 4, communication devices, two-way radio, etc., which, by the way, means walkie-talkies. They call two-way radios basically walkies. Communication devices also could be your phone in case those die or for some reason just quit working. You can use your phone. Just don't set on your phone and text or do TikToks. 5, other, which is air horn or whistle. This is in case like drivers aren't paying attention. You can whistle or use an air horn. They actually don't give you these when you go through the class or even start as a flagger. They do not give this. So you're going to have to go out and buy one on your own, or just dive the fuck out of the way. Personal protection equipment. This is going to be, again, your hard hat, your gloves, so you don't get cut when you're putting up the metal signs, which, by the way, is cut-proof gloves, or cut-resistant is the best way I can say that. They're not, like, actually completely cut-proof. It's just cut-resistant, so it's harder for stuff to cut through the glove in order to actually cut your hand. And then steel-toed boots in case, like, it's steel-toed. You're not kicking something or hurting your toes. Water/snacks. This is in case you want something to drink. If you get hungry, you can pop a snack, just not like a full-blown meal. Like, just grab yourself like a bag of like nuts or some sunflower seeds and like a small one. And that could be like a little snack when you get a little bit hungry to like tide yourself over, because you're not always going to have a break. When you go out and you do like any type of road crew job, you don't always get to get a break. Your break is actually given to you by the people you are covering, and if your people do not want to take a break, they won't give you one. So you could literally be standing out there from 3 o'clock in the morning the first day to 3 o'clock, like 24 hours, and you will not get a break. The only breaks you get is a piss break. And when I say that, it's when you walk at your partner, you both drop your paddles, or the other one stands in the middle between the vehicles so they can actually stop both sides of traffic while you go take a pee. Okay? And that doesn't mean you get to walk inside a store and pee. That means you just find the closest bush or tree, do your business. Supervisor's phone number. Now, you do need this. This is like if you're having a supervisor, you need to be able to call them. Usually, the only people that have this is going to be your supervisor. If you're a flagger 1, flaggers 2 will be your supervisor. You are there to talk to them. They are there to actually meet with your actual supervisor over doing everything, the person that you are working for. They're the only ones that talk to them usually. Unless you're under training, and then they might talk to a few and then sit back and watch you talk to see how you do in order to actually go through the training for that. And then emergency procedures, which, by the way, this gets written down into their book that is in the cabin of the truck you are riding with. Every driver does this. Okay. So every flagger 2 will do this. They will write down the emergency stuff. They write down everything about the street that needs to be known, and they will actually write down the closest hospital. So that way, if you or anyone gets hurt, they know where they're going. And then you will write down pretty much the contact information, do everything. You write down who's on the job and then who all is there. And you will write down if everyone is lumbered up. Now, will I say everyone does morning routines to stretch? No. Okay. Just means they will write that you guys did, even if you didn't. All right, but they will write it down. Yes, we stretched. So yeah, it's kind of oofed on that, but good little thing to go over, and I actually kept my card. As you can hear me doing that with it, maybe if you guys can. But I keep that in my wallet just because I always felt proud of myself for getting that. And that was back when I worked with RoadSafe again, like you heard me read the date of certification. Okay. It's been about a year since I've worked for them for the last time, but you guys get the idea. I've done that. I went in and basically done 2 versions of something for them to be able to join, which, by the way, you actually have to go do. Oh my God, what is that test called? Basically, they test your reflexes, your vision, all different types of stuff like that. And I don't mean like you would do for sports. Like, this is a little more. It means a little more than actually you would get for sports. I forget what it's actually full called though. A lot of people that do job like this will probably already know what that is called. But I had to pass 2 of them. One for the first time I worked for them, and then 2 to actually go back in, which at the time I ended up having to actually full quit them. So yeah, it's a big nope when it comes to me being able to work for them again. It is a big nope. Oh yeah, it's just the fast mag. I'm not worried about that. All right, now that we made that gun, let's continue moving on. Because didn't I? No, I didn't. I don't even think I max leveled this once. Which means I get to do this. Go in and do the black cell version, or even, the black cell version. And we're going to do a zombies version of this now. So we can actually come in and go I want salvage to come out of this. So we'll do salvage with recoil control. Damage range. Actually, I can't do the this one yet, so we'll have to do damage range. Underbarrel, we are actually going to be running with. All right, I'm thinking maybe aim, walk, and movement speed. Oh, and that's hip fire, and then just movement speed. Nah, we're gonna go with this. Movement speed, sprint movement speed, and horizontal recoil control. That way it doesn't shoot like this too much. It's just more of vertical. Magazine, I prefer having the maximum mag, but the rechamber mag wouldn't be that bad to have, but I don't have the prestige for it. And then this one actually is going to be something like horizontal and just recoil control in general. And then from here, we are going to be doing aim walk and movement speed and flinch resistance instead of hip fire and this. Okay, we want to be able to move. Laser, we always do something for damage range and recoil stabilization, again, just for the recoil. And that is now 8 out of 8. And every attachment should be marked, which is good. And now it is time to pop over here and do the camo that we choose, which, by the way, is dependent on every gun to what camo I actually use. See, that ain't half bad on this gun, but as we know, we all like a good animated camo. But, however, I did earn this. Okay, I just want to show you guys that. I did earn that. I didn't earn all of them, but I earned that one. And we are going to be going in here and grabbing this. There we go. And that doesn't look half bad. I just don't like this gun because, like, it's good when it comes to the full auto, the kill time, and, like, how much ammo it holds. I just don't like how it has to cycle through the ammo it holds. And to go over that more clearly, by what I'm saying, I'll actually tell you guys what I mean by that here in a second. But let's actually change the skin to this one just because this camo does not actually look absolutely good on that, by the way, because it has blue. So we want something with more of like a black outline to cut in with the blue, or offset with a darker colorization to the blue to make it look better. And in this case, I might actually have to go for a Ooh, actually, you know what? We'll do that. Okay, because it does have black in it. I didn't do this yet. Didn't do any of these. Okay, and then the blue one is actually probably the Lightning Storm one's probably one of the better looking ones. There's the Nuketown, and then whatever that is. All right. We'll do that. And it's going to be Toxic Growth, Stem Shot, and this. And then from here, we are going to be doing my top one. We'll equip this one. That way, I have wall power. I have wall-to-wall clearance. Actually, let's edit this. And instead of shields up and arsenal accelerator, let's do something like, so it's in the like this. We'll do crate power. And then shields up could actually be like armor get and receive a 3-plate armor vest and full plates. That way I start off with like a 3-plate armor, which is nice. And then wall-to-wall clearance, crate power, pull everything nicely, boom. And then here we actually need to set the version I'm on now as zombie build. Oh, I gotta hold it. Okay, there we go. And then the ARs, we done. This one, I think, is the zombie build, and then this one is not. So if I do this right quick, I should be able to set that to zombie, which means if I pull that, it'll be the zombie build. I need to do zombie builds for each weapon to actually mark them as what is what. Honestly, I think this was the original zombie build, wasn't it? Because this one is for the campaign, and I believe this one was for the zombies. So let's do this and modify it because I need to actually see what is what. Ooh, this actually has rapid fire onto it, which means it wasn't a zombies build. Oh well, we'll make this the zombies build. So we'll do that. We will do the 50 rounder. This is going to be for recoil. This is going to be for recoil. This is going to be for recoil. This is going to be... We don't need horizontal on this as much, so I'm thinking of doing like that, to be honest with you, or something like... Honestly, we don't need those. So technically, I'd probably do this one because it gives the recoil from the up down, because this doesn't really have a lot of side to side into it. Bullet velocity, we actually want bullet velocity and damage range, not just bullet velocity on this. We are actually going to be using, instead of the Shade X, we're going to use the monolithic, which is damage range, bullet velocity. We just lose aim down sight speed in that, which is perfectly fine, because if we're shooting a lot of zombies and shooting like that, we actually can use that, or we could use, these, but I want the extra chance to drop salvage being in here, so the only other one I would use this, which is going to remove some bullet velocity and damage range. Actually, you know what? We've done some stuff to fix some of the bullet velocity and damage range. We'll actually use that. So we actually get gun kick and then like even more recoil control, which is nice. And this is going to be our zombies build. And to do the zombies build, let's actually... Am I able to... No, I don't have a blueprint for this. All good, though. All good. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Because now we can actually come in and do like this camo or the blue one or, this, which we already have one for that. So let's do... You want to do this one, boys? Yeah, let's do some reflection camo. Why not? Why not? Okay. And then the aimer is no longer going to be that. It's going to be this. And this is now our zombies build. So now we actually go in, do this, which is this one. Hold L2. Go ahead and get that zombies build onto it. This one already has a zombies build, which is nice. Zombies build's nice. Okay, okay, okay. Yep, it has a zombies build. Zombies build, zombies build, zombies build. Okay, so that's everything there. This one does, this one does, this one does. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so far we are looking good. Zombie. This one doesn't have a zombies build. Okay. We might actually have to go do the zombies build to these at some point. This one does, this one doesn't, and this one doesn't. So there's two here that need to do a zombies build onto it. In case I pull them out of the box. Ain't gonna worry about it too much just yet, though. So we could use this one or this one. And actually, to be honest with you, I like that one more than I do this. Okay? So, as long as this one has tracers, which it looks like it does, and a kill effect, I'd prefer this one, man, over that any day. So, this one. And then we're just going to build the zombies build, which, by the way, is going to be... same thing as last time, which is this one for the recoil. This is actually not going to be aim down sight speed. We actually want bullet velocity and damage range over that, which you can see we don't really lose anything for. Okay. Looks like that still. This is actually going to be for the aim, walk, and movement speed, and hip fire. Actually, no, we don't want that. We want... Actually, you know what? That'll be fine. That will be fine. This is actually going to be something like a... Oh, God, I really don't know what to put here, because I don't want the belt fed. I don't want this to hurt the ADS speed. That only hurts the magazine capacity. We'll actually keep it probably with its base ammo, which is 102 rounds. Rear grip. Actually, to be honest with you, horizontal recoil and recoil stabilization, so we get recoil there. We could actually really help the recoil here, which hurts the ADS speed, and then work on... Oh, dude, there's a rapid fire... Oh, 6-round burst, though. How are you going to call that? Oh, rapid fire burst. Okay, I was like, what? How are you going to call that rapid? But nah, we're good. So technically, we could do FMJ here, so penetration power. And that is going to really hit the LNG there. We're going to hit that home nicely into this camo. We are going to be using one of these, maybe, to set in with the green, maybe. I guess not. because I like how the black looks of that, which means I might actually do this to get the green to pop a little more. Or B, I could use... No, because that's going to hit that. Okay. I'd really have to go with this if I wanted to actually do anything to set that. Yeah, we'll do that because look how that looks, and then look how much more the green pops with this. So we'll do that. All right. And then we got that going correctly. All the attachments done. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this and zombie build. And then over here, let's see. Do I have anything for this? Got that. We got this, which honestly, I'm actually kind of thinking of doing like, if I hit this and we go through here, there's this one, and then there's this one. I'm thinking of doing this, throwing on the red well, and then changing this to being either the damage range and bullet velocity or something like pre-fire delay and damage range. Pre-fire delay is actually sounds pretty good to use on this. To remove that delay a little bit, but we'll do that. And then the magazine, the 100 round. Honestly, basically that's belt fed. Okay. Let's do horizontal and recoil here. Stock, we can do basically aim walking and flinch like we did with the other stuff. Underbarrel, we're actually going to do something for that. Okay. We can actually work on the recoil a bit more with the recoil a bit more here. And then what we can actually do is use this to give me some ADS speed. So aim down sight speed a little bit here, but I wanted to see if I can find one that was there, but there, we'll do that. All right, that'll help out a little bit. Same thing here, back one over here, click that, and then camo, and into the black cell where this is supposed to be black and gold, so we'll add the black and gold look to it nicely like that. And then, whoops daisy, this. Boop. And then this one, you know, we can actually come in here and build off of, but I think I have like certain builds for certain ones, so we're actually just gonna do this. Redo one of these, and I kind of like how much more red you see on the other, but we'll use this one again. And we're gonna go with the recoil. This is actually gonna be something like the shade suppressor. Underbarrel is going to be that. Yep. The barrel, which I only have one barrel. I'm not even going to place a barrel just yet. This is already being the 70 round. There's an 85, and then the belt fed. GG. Belt fed kind of reminds me of a different gun, but actually, to be honest with you, instead of dive to fire speed, we're going to use sprint to fire here. Stock. Hip fire movement speed, strafe movement speed, and sprinting. Nah, we're not going to worry about movement speed on this. Laser, hip fire to ADS, accuracy. Sure, you know what? We'll just go ahead and throw these attachments on just to have attachments. And then bullet velocity, so how fast they get downrange. I guess that'll be fine for now, so I can make an actual better version of this gun with less recoil and probably doing a little more damage for DPS. But until then, this is supposed to have a little bit of red in it, so I don't think there's any here that actually has red. So I'm thinking of doing, I don't know, like maybe, like red and black here with this one. No, because it actually turns the actual red barrel there to the opposite. Nope, can't use that either. Nope, does not match. Okay, I don't think there is going to be a camo that matches this nicely. So, honestly, we could do something like that, to be honest with you. It'll change a lot, but literally this is the best camo I can use on it at the moment. And zombies build, boom. Marksman rifles, we are going to make a zombies version of this. Which, by the way, is going to have this for the recoil. Muzzle is going to be this because of the fact if I want the more salvage. Honestly, that just because of the fact of like I have no cons, but I get better recoil, penetration power, and bullet velocity. Really, I don't really need that, but oh well. And then the 14 rounder, which actually is the biggest mag I can get. Aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. We're actually just going to use ADS speed. Stock is actually going to be something for aim, walk, and movement speed. And because I'm actually using that barrel, I can't actually use any of these due to the barrel, so I got to go to this, which is damage range and recoil stabilization, so I can help my recoil there. This is going to be what I have to use for my zombies build. And my zombies build, again, is going to use this. Camo is absolutely going to be underneath this one somewhere. The gold one actually didn't look that bad. I haven't used the blue yet, so I'm going to use the blue one on this one, even though more than likely I'd prefer the full camouflage look there. Well, not camo, but the animated, or even that, but I haven't used the blue, so we're going to use the blue, because we already have that on this one. Whoops, backed up just a little too far. Got ahead of myself there. And zombies build. That one already has zombies. This one, I think I did make a zombies build on it. Oh, I didn't. Oh, fun. Let's see what all blueprints I actually have. Because, I mean, I do have... Ooh, actually, you know what? I might use that one for the blueprint of it. For the zombies version. Or even that. Holy. This one and this one right now is what's in competition. You know what? There's not even competition between it. I want this one. We're actually going to change this to the Fang Hollow just because it gives less recoil. I mean, yeah, it hurts ADS speed a little bit, but less recoil overall. And then damage range, bullet velocity gets hurt there, but that's fine because we can come in here and actually help with the damage range, bullet velocity through this one. Oh, I don't like how that changes the barrel, though. No. I really don't, man. Oh well, I need it because I need to actually help the bullet range, bullet velocity. I'm thinking of using this over this one because we don't need to do the recoil there for the horizontal. So we're actually just going to give me a little bit more movement speed. Magazine, we are going to use the 52 because, my lord, we need more ammo and zombies. And then we're going to help with a little bit of aim down sight speed here. Stock, this is actually going to be, I might actually leave it as the aim walking movement speed there. Because, I mean, I would like vertical recoil control, but I don't like a brown stock. Okay, I want a black weapon. At least match the weapon's colorization, so I don't have two colors being on the weapon. And then we are actually going to go from whatever's actually on this, which is nothing. I don't know why it showed. I guess it was just that. But damage range and recoil stabilization. And that is actually going to really help with the recoil a little bit there. Alrighty. Actually, isn't there a way to turn this into a... Yeah, to a fully automatic weapon. Fresh spread, aim, walking, movement speed, bullet velocity, damage range. You know what? We'll actually turn this into the full auto version because we still get a little bit out of this, a whole lot actually, to be honest with you. And then camo, actually, why I know it's supposed to have purple, but there's like the only purple one is here, and I can't even see how that actually looks right now on the weapon. So that's why I'm doing it this way, like this, and boom. As you can see, it's not even wanting to render. There. So we can actually zombies build this, and then maybe get it to. Oh, okay, there we go. We got it to render. Boys, we got lucky. We got it to render for like 2 seconds. All right. Oh, that rendered, and that actually does not look good. So no, never mind that one. We'll stay with this. That looks much better. We got the build for that. Don't really care about that. I'm not really worried about this one, let's be honest, but we'll do it. So the red and black one here, we'll actually put on this for the recoil. Muzzle is going to be something like the monolithic, because extra chance to do that. I'm not worried about the ADS speed. Actually, you know what? I am a little bit. So we'll do something like this. The barrel is actually going to be something like the damage range, bullet velocity, maybe. Yeah, damage range, bullet velocity. We got to make sure we do the biggest round magazine. Rear grip, instead of that, we're going to be doing... Oh, there's another one. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's this one. We're actually going to be doing aim down sight speed. Then the laser is going to be something for damage range and recoil. Stock is actually going to be aim walking movement speed and flinch resistant. And then the underbarrel is going to be something for aim down sight speed, if I can. Which I don't think there actually is anything for ADS speed. Oh. There's a prestige thing on this. I didn't even realize, but movement speed there. Perfection is here. All right. As you can see, we have that. Then we come over here and just grab this. This actually gets turned into this. And camo. And you know what? We'll do this one, just because I haven't used it on the gun yet for any of the weapons. And Bob's your uncle. There's the zombies build. Oh, that actually did not go bad on the gun anyways. It's actually kind of funny. And then, you know, the different hawker and all of this stuff. I have not done a zombies build on this yet. So I'm actually thinking of doing like the purple one here as a zombies build. Optic, let's actually use an actual sniper optic in a way. But not do like an actual full-on sniper optic. We're just going to use like this, like the 3 times maybe. Like a 4.0 optic maybe. That actually doesn't look bad on the gun. Muzzle, we do, however, need to use... I don't really care about this, but I do care about the ADS speed, so that. To keep the futuristic look, this has the ADS speed. Underbarrel is actually going to be aim walk and movement speed, maybe? Actually, this one. Because, I mean, that would actually be pretty okay. But, boom. Magazine, you always want ADS speed. Usually, if you're quick scoping, and in this case, it'll help the reload quickness. So, yeah, we'll do it. Because if I pack punch the gun, I get a little more ammo into it anyways. This is going to be aim down sight speed. This is flinch resistant. We're actually going to be doing aim walk and movement speed with flinch resistance. And then the laser is, instead of hip fire accuracy, let's actually do like aim down sight speed and sprint to fire. Or damage range and recoil stabilization. We're actually going to do damage range and recoil stabilization. And that right there is our weapon build. So instead of being this optic, we are going to possibly be using this one when I unlock it in zombies. But for now, let's actually see if there's any other optics at the moment that I feel like would be kind of okay to use. Maybe this one. We'll have to test it and see. And I have no clue how well that's actually going to work, but we'll see when I start actually using the weapon. And then the black cell, I'm thinking of like, what, we use purple? So I wonder how that would look with it. So let's back up and we'll be able to like zombies build. So you don't get to actually see the purple running through it. I don't like how that kind of feels with that like that. But that might be what I have to use compared to this. All right. We got the zombies build there. This one we haven't put in yet. And I'm thinking of using this and doing a build on it, which is going to be aim down sight speed. Muzzle is going to be this one. And then optic, actually, to be honest with you, the optic's going to stay the same. Under barrel. It's going to be aim, walk, and movement speed in that. This is going to be the reload quickness, which is not correct. We want the reload quickness and ADS speed. Aim down sight speed. Flinch resistance, and aim, walk, and movement speed is probably going to be what we want. Laser is going to be damage range and recoil stabilization, just for the fact if I want a little bit of damage range put back onto the gun with some of the stuff here where we've removed some of the damage range. And let's go with the gold look to it. I feel like that would actually match this a little better. Oh, I didn't put all the attachments onto it. I'm actually missing one attachment because I forgot I didn't add a scope. So technically we could do rechamber speed on this one. And looky there. We maxed out the power somehow. That's actually kind of funny. But there we go. This, and Badoomsy, Bob's your uncle. And then we can come in here and make, you know, create a new build. And we're going to do it over this one. Optic, I'm not worried about. Muzzle, we are going to do a shade. Barrel, we do want aim down sight speed to be in here. So aim down sight speed. Aim, walking movement speed. This is actually going to be something like this. So we get the aim down sight speed again. Alright, I guess that. Aim walking movement speed, flinch resistant. This is going to be something for aim down sight speed, maybe. Because we already keep our damage range pretty nicely. So we'll do something like that. And then rechamber / fire rate, which keeps us high in damage. Nice. Camo. And this one technically has a red to it. So let's actually see how the different camos would actually look on this, which it doesn't show. Nice. I went with that for the fact of like, I figured it would, yeah, it shows the red a bit more. And then, you know, we have the different this, and this, which honestly, this one's probably going to be the zombies build. So the optic is going to stay the same. Muzzle is going to be something like this. Barrel, I don't really want to change the barrel because of the fact of I don't want to lose the lights that was in this. Good, it has a 12. So I see those little lights. I don't want to lose that with the barrel. So comb, let's see. Okay. Move speed, move speed. That for now. Flinch resistant is actually going to be aim, walk, and move speed alongside flinch resistance. The laser is actually, actually, did I ever? Oh, it already has this. Oh no, it doesn't. This is the one I want. And then fire rate, I guess, is on here. Nice. So that's going to be what we have at the moment. Actually, to be honest with you, I might actually do the ELO with this because it is a sniper, but it's a semi-automatic weapon, and being able to hit that recoil to where I can punch the recoil a little bit better is going to be probably better with this. And then into the black cell where we can actually check out all the different areas, and I actually think gold would look probably better with this because it already has that backing that is gold. And then this. Oh yeah, see, gold went great. All right. And then the Zion 3, which I didn't even level all the way up for the first on any bit of that, which is oof. Pistols. So we do have this where I'm going to create a zombies pistol, which honestly, I can just say that is my zombies pistol alongside my non-zombies because wait, oh, I like that. Can I duplicate that and then make my own version of the zombies pistol off of it, which is great? Oh well, not worry about it. Not worry about pistols. Specials. There's this, and this, which I don't care about. All right. I'm thinking let's get in here and start working on like leveling stuff. Now that we've actually sat down and made all the different zombies builds. Oh yeah, I made it EGR 17, which I need to do a new zombies build to the EGR because this is my old zombies build. And we're just going to remove zombies, but we're actually going to delete this altogether. Delete weapon, yes. Just because we're going to do create new build, and I want to use this or this, which actually this one. I like how much more metallicness comes through it. We're going to go to the, actually, to be honest with you, do I even need that? A red dot? Oh well. Instead of vertical recoil here, because we're going to be keeping the sight on, let's do the red well. Okay. A barrel, yes, please. And we're actually going to be throwing on damage range and bullet velocity. This instead of horizontal, because no matter what we... Oh, technically this is a other kind, so it shouldn't be editing how the gun looks. So I got to keep that up there just to keep the way the gun looks. Oof. 7, 8. So I can do 2 more attachments. So if I change the stock... Okay, so the stock doesn't actually change anything. That is weird, but cool at the same time. And then the laser, which, by the way, we're going to do damage range recoil stabilization, as always, to help with the recoil. And that right there is our build that we're going to be doing to this gun. And as you can see, everything is still kitted. And I actually do want to go for this at some point to get that camo, the black and the purple. That cuts through. I just don't have it earned. But we're going to use fractured camo maybe on this. Let's see how that actually looks here in a second. I forgot to do my little reticle. Okay. Boom, 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 and zombies build. And the fractured actually looks pretty good on that. I kind of like that. I do need to level that up, but I almost forgot I had that. And then, like, we have our build for that, which looks kind of okay. But there's no, like, I don't have any, like, super really cool looking versions of the blueprints of that, so I'm not too worried about that. Same with this over here. I don't have, like, any of the super cool looking ones. AK, I kind of have cool, but not worried about it. Ooh, I have a zombie build here, but what I didn't realize is I have that, which actually looks really cool. So let's actually delete this. So delete weapon, yes. And then come down here and do this and make this a zombies build. Because, I'm not gonna lie, this thing looks cool, man. And oh. Okay, so it removes a little bit of the purple off, but come on, man. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's do... I kind of like the sights on that, like the iron sights a little bit. So we're going to keep that. The barrel, the underbarrel, we are going to add this, and I want like movement speed, horizontal control, and sprint movement speed maybe. Oh no, that is what I want. Okay, and then this is, instead of sprint to fire speed, let's do something like... I'm going to have to keep the sprint to fire speed. Okay, stock. Oh, it's going to actually full change everything. Can't change that either. All right. Let's actually do some, like, rapid fire. Oh, I don't like how it hurts the fucking damage range, though, man. All right, we're just going to have to do, like, recoil control. I want rapid fire, but I'm going to have to go with the recoil control, and then... last time I had to do purple, we had to use the matte black to make the black look more black, so to do that, it's probably going to have to do it again. Yeah, there we go, okay. There we are. Don't have any cool blueprints there. Do I have any, like, new blueprints here I haven't used? I mean, this one, but I don't really care about that. Not worried about that. All right. Now it's time to hop in and level. And the gun we are going to level is going to first start off with this, just so I can show you why I do not like this gun as much as I would love it if they changed a couple things. I'm not even in Rogue Run, dude. Like, select match. We're just going to do directed. And then solo. And... wait. Which one's which? Oops, this solo. Okay, so what's this one? So what the fuck is Totenreich? Frozen birthplace of the nuclear fire, Group 935 research base, hide sinister. I'm gonna see what Totenreich is. Oh, I know what it is. Never mind. I remember what it is. And actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it. Fuck it. We'll do it. It's this one. But playing on where the difficulty can stay fine, we're good. And that is actually very, very weird. I ain't gonna tell you what's weird, guys, but I found out how to, like, remove color off of something. That is drinkable. I found out how to, like, separate the color out of soda. We'll put it that way. So where I'm drinking cherry Pepsi at the moment, I found out how to get, like, the black to go to the very top and somehow look like water at the bottom. But it's actually still the cherry soda, no matter what. It just looks weird, really weird. It's been a minute since I played, so gotta get used to the movement stuff because I've been playing a different game at the moment. But the reason I hate this, you can see right there, that shoots fine. Fine. After so many shots, the gun has to, like, reload itself. Even though it says 60 something down there. Hold on. Let's show you guys it. See, after, so it shoots like this, and then he has to flip it up, and then it gets to shoot again. It's like there's like 25 in all, like, the barrel, like the little, hold on. Kind of like a revolver. So see that little black piece there? There's 3 sections in it, and there's 25 bullets in each section that I get to shoot. Even though it says 75, I have to rotate it like a revolver to get to the next 25 rounds. And I find that to be kind of stupid. I am actually missing some of these shots, boys. Alright, so round cap 3. Roger. Shotgun on the wall there. Damn it. And then we have water wall clearance, which I might actually pop here in a minute. I forgot where each different gun is in this. Another shotgun's right here. There's a sniper rifle somewhere. Again, I don't remember where everything is. I do remember this is the route I want to go first. Which means that's going to raise the level cap. That's fine. The mystery box is right there. Oh, what gun is this? I think it's it's the burst weapon. Don't really care about that. What we are going to do is go ahead and do crate power. Do you not want a shotgun? Don't want that either just yet. Now we'll grab it. How many times do I say I don't want a shotgun, Activision? No pistol, no shotgun. SMG or an AR, please. I need ammo, too. I forgot where all the ammo boxes to this map are. It's been a minute since I played it. Oh, there's actually one right over there. I say that, and it's like right here. There we go. Okay, I did ask for an SMG, but I want one that I need to level up, not one I don't need to level. Give me one I need to level, game. Really? Already completed that? Okay, so that should have given me my points back that I used on that. We'll undo that. Which means this should also still be open. Oh no, I have to turn the power on for that part of it. That'll be fine. I'll use the zip line over here. Hold on, let me reload. 250 for that. Okay, we're just gonna kind of pick up this, use the zip line. Alright, I'm over here where Pack-a-Punch goes, just right down there. There should be another gun on the wall right here that I could use, like, the wall buy feature on. Or was it again? Oh, Juggernaut is right here, but I gotta turn the power on. Buy that. Get rid of you first. There we go. And yeah, we gotta make it all the way over there too. And the box is back towards, looks like spawn. I could be wrong. Zipline, baby. Yeah, it's basically out this way. Hold on. Oh, is that an area I need to turn the power on to get to? Nah, we good. It's right here. Okay, I need to work on that, actually. Oh, this turns fully automatic, boys. When Pack-a-Punched. I did not expect that. Yeah, we got a Pack-a-Punch weapon. We got extra ammo, as you can see. Hate that it's only green tier, but it'll have to work. Because now I need to build up to getting Pack-a-Punch. And the amount of doors I've opened, I think it will upgrade here in a second to like 5 in the rounds max. We'll have to see. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of like chilling for a second. Should have died like 10 years ago, brother. There we go. Go ahead and get this. And, there we are. We go ahead and grab this. Armageddon! Hey, that's gonna help in the long run. Because now, level 3 armor. Right off rip, baby. Buy that. Oh, yeah, I picked it up. We're good. Reloading. $4,000, not bad. I can now actually go and do this, which is going to raise the round, but we'll be fine. And right there's the other gun I was thinking about being like right there. Go ahead and repair this. Head back over here, because after I finish this round, it will go to round 4. But the reason I don't mind this is because I think there's only like one more gate over there I need to open. I just wanted to get close to $5,000. I could have used that, but all good. So we do this. And then now we can actually open up this and go right here. This is going to let me turn the power on. Into this. And then we'll stop right here for a second. Pause. I need to get a drink of my drink. That's another reason I went to this other bit, but it's all good. There we go. As you can see, my max level cap now is level 5. Also got 1,000 of those, which means here in a little bit I'll be able to actually use the table to upgrade my weapon a little bit more. So to do a little more damage. I go through and do the rest of that to open up Pack-a-Punch, but you know what, we'll do it. So where we came from is where I just need to go because I need to pick up this. I got tier 3 armor, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. To upgrade my weapon is actually just right over here too, by the way. It's right inside of here. So we just go right here, do this, upgrade my weapon to green tier. Right like that. And then we access code. Go over here. Use this for a second. Same thing here. Pick up that. And now you can see we're really close to being able to go for packs. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and just use this. Install sync. Oh god, is this round? Nope. You guys don't know it's my hated round? Because it is the ice round. But this is almost done. Ice round over with. Come down here. And tier 1 Pack-a-Punch onto this bad boy. Like this. There. That's all I need to do, boys. Just keep doing that, which will keep leveling my weapons. And we're going to go ahead and 2,500 to this so we get our Juggernaut. And I don't have to worry too much about anything, because it's only going to go round 5. We're already on the highest round we're going to get to. Same amount of zombies, same difficulty. Back to $3,000. And now, as long as I don't have to deal with any more of the animal rounds, we shall be fine. So I got a mustache over here messing with me. There we go. Oh. I didn't realize like he was gonna bleed. Damn, my aim is horrible sometimes. Not gonna lie. I need to work on that. I mean, it's kind of understandable, though. When I've been playing, like, Arma Reforger, where, like, if I move and I stop, it takes, like, that much of an extra step. The aim just kind of feels really weird. Like, it's not smooth. It feels clunky, in a way. So over here, it makes me want to underflick or overflick. Also, sorry, Cuzzo, I didn't play with you today, but I went out and dashed for a really long time earlier. Speaking of, I set up the thing, and I didn't have any actual dashes come through, and it didn't. It just ended me for no reason. I guess it was because the time hit, maybe. But I didn't hear my phone go off. Acceptance rate, yep, still at 90. So, yeah. I didn't have any go off the whole time sitting here. What time is it? Oh, yeah, it's 4:03. The time already passed. I set it for 2:30, so it's been passed for about 2 hours. Well, about an hour and a half, but you guys know what I mean? Wait, no, 2:30, 4, yeah, about, 2 hours, basically. Because what, 1:30 would be that, so an hour and a half and some change. By yourself! Alright, that is right here. I wonder, what would I get if I did it? Just for giggles. Oh. that? Get that out of here. Okay, I kind of do want that over this. Because that is the 1911. And it's already tier 3 for the pistol, so... yeah, we'll do that. Oh, and the 1911 is explosive. Oh, baby, that is going to be... ouch. I need PhD Flopper with his pistol, man. Oh boy, I actually do need PhD Flopper with his pistol. Oh, 2 for that. Oh, heck yeah. Another one here. Alright, so you can see this has went away, that's fine. What we're gonna do is this, and this, because during the dog round, which is the ice round, I do this, and then also if I need to, like, tuck in there, I can. I'm not gonna lie, though, this actually feels really good. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds and looks amazing. That 1911 version I'm using right here. And this build just feels good, man. At the moment. But I mean, it is only round 5, so I have no clue what it feels like in the higher waves, but... Oh my god, I'm in horrible on aim. So, a couple more and I'll be able to go to tier 2 on this. And technically this is a SMG, so... I heard you. Sorry guys, I got it. Joyed. Overjoyed. Shooting this thing. I didn't expect the 1911 though to turn explosive. I actually didn't expect this to turn like go explosive. That's actually pretty cool. Come here, you. Scrap is always good. Or salvage, I should say. Already 200 crit kills in. Nice. I think this shouldn't have like a timer on it. It should just have a health barrier. So after so many zombies go into it, it pricks them. And after so many pricks, it does so much health down till it finally reaches 0 health and then dies. There shouldn't be like a timer to it. It should be a tick rate, meaning how many zombies it kills and how much it does that way before it actually breaks. Dang, dude. 13 eliminations with 1 pistol bit there. That's nice. And free ammo here in a second. Because here to pack a punch. Which I'm not gonna lie, that actually looks pretty good. With the green there. So 3 bullets and 1 headshot. Well. That one's closer. So next season or mid-season is when these will come out to being the weapons you can get out of the mystery box. That's when they'll get added into the mystery boxes. I just realized this one's like hip fire accuracy is not bad. I mean, it could be worse than what it is. Just figured I'd show that. Put that on. Reload. I don't even know where the perk machine is for this one to get every perk out of. Wonder Fizz. One shot took that many zombies out. That's nice. Almost 15 grand again. Complete 100 rounds in right and toke. Oh my god, dude. I have no clue how much I've already done this. $30 grand, I'll be able to do the other stuff, which means it's gonna be RIP for a lot of this, but yeah. I have no clue what weapon level I've got this weapon to. Yep, there's one on the bridge. Almost 20 grand, baby. I can actually go get blue tier on this, or I can wait and try to shoot straight for like purple tier. Oh. Almost broke my streak of not being touched. 21. 9,000 more to go. And to show you that, if I do this, say it's 30 grand to do that. I ain't losing that streak. Get out of here. Challenge completed. Oh, I gotta go this way. Well, I got hit, but it's fine. I missed that. I feel like a pleb. Nearly 5 grand to go, but I'm getting low on ammo, and it cost about 1,000. No, actually, it's like 5 grand now, ain't it, for my ammo? Hold on. Oh no, just 2,500. We're gonna do this and this. So what that's gonna let me do is cut off those for a second. On me. Alright, now I can go for ammo, and that'll hold me till 30 grand now. Oh, maybe that's just part of the rock. Ooh, that's close. 27. Come on, game. Reload it. There we go. Oh, I'm hitting it. No doubt, brother. It's gonna be mine in just a second. And then see, like, this one is the 1000 to show you that. I can quickly just come over here, see it's 1000. I'm gonna buy that just so I can get back to using this. I made my 30 grand. Tier 3 packy, baby. Uh-oh. Grass down, boys. It's not like I actually need it, though. Back to 3 grand already? Heck yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and save and quit right quick. Just to see how far we've made it with our XP with this gun. Have fun, I might have maxed it. And if that's the case, we can restart over with a different gun or something. Not worry about any of that. The main thing I'm only worried about is what level did I get this to? And it's maxed, hey baby, told you. So now we got that maxed. We can come over here and show you this is now maxed. Jesus. Alright, so we maxed out the guns. That's actually pretty okay. That's actually pretty sick, to be honest with you. Now the only gun we need to max is this one. Because you can see it's only level 10 out of 38. Which technically I did max it, and then I think I prestiged it. So I think it's like prestige 1, maybe? So, yeah. And then this, you know, we got it up to max level finally, which technically I don't know why I pulled it out of the box. I thought it was something we needed to level, but it wasn't. My fault, guys. My fault. And then I don't know which version of this I pulled, because I don't even think it was this or any of these. It was just like a regular, like just out of the box, like what it comes with. And it was none of those, which is really epic. So let's do create a new build right quick. Let's go to this. And what I don't like is it only gives you 5 attachments for this. I really don't like that. For me, what I want to do is this, and then delete this one. Not duplicate, delete. Dumb me. What I want to do is duplicate this one right quick. And what we're going to do is, instead of full auto, let's actually do Chance to drop extra salvage. The sight is going to stay the same. Actually, we don't need to do recoil. I would prefer having this. And we're going to remove off that. So you kind of can see what I'm going for here. Laser, damage, range, and that, which technically I would prefer hip fire spread over damage, range, and recoil. So hip fire spread. Magazine capacity, have the 15 rounder in this B. Damage, range, bullet velocity. Chance to drop extra salvage. And then the optic, we don't need recoil because we got that. We are going to do rapid fire for the fire rate, maybe. Yeah, fire rate. And then remove the optic off of it. Okay? So it has this. And then we're going to do camo. We're going to come over and grab ourselves any of these. So technically we could do like this, or the gold, or that, or this one. But we're going to do the cracked. All right. Looks good. Skin. Oh. We actually can throw the skin on for this, which is nice, which means instead of this camo, we'll come over, grab the black cell, and grab, like, I don't know, what actually looks good with this? Actually, let's do something like maybe this. No, I want something animated or something that actually looks cool, man. So we'll do maybe this or the gold. This. Okay. This zombies build. Okay. Heck yeah. And then that one is the build for something else where we've glitched it out. But we've glitched this into a zombies build. We got this, we got that, and this. I just got to remember how to glitch out to get extra attachments on. But there we go. Now I could actually try to fish for the 1911 out of the box again and get the even better attachments onto it, which is really cool. Okay. Boom. How many, I only have 300. Okay, I mean, not too bad. It's not horrible. Nah. I don't even like that. This one, yes, looks cool. It actually does. But honestly, not a lot of these catch my attention, to be honest. Get the free package. Says purchased, even though it's free. Technically, to say you earned free, not should be purchased. Honestly, for me, if you guys want to know what I'm into when it comes to like how a gun should look, if I quickly go to hold on, let me go to Gobblegums, get the free one here right quick. What dumb Gobblegum do I get free? Free fire. Whatever. There's a lot better versions of Gobblegums out there, and when I say that, you guys know what I'm talking about. And actually, when I say that, I could possibly show you. So if we take a look at the the Triple Trouble 2 pack here. Yes. Yes. Okay, both of those. Good. And you get ×3 of both, which upgrades the rarity all the way, gives you every perk in the game. Only downside is it's 1,300, which means I need 1,000 more COD points. Not happening. And then the doubles, is all this, but to be honest with you, gift card is a yes. Hidden Power is a yes. Perkaholic is a yes. Armageddon is a yes. Oh, no. Okay. So those are the only 4 yeses I've seen, apart from maybe, yeah, just those 4. And then, there's like these which can give like the armor up, or, you can go in here and take a look at each different one to see what they actually drop. Like if I wanted to go like weapon tier, it's right here. Alongside like gift card is in this one. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind like gobblegums like this being buyable. Make them like, I don't know, they shouldn't be this expensive. Okay. Something like a perkaholic should be like 50 COD points. Hidden Power should be 50 COD points. So like any of the red gobblegums should be 50 COD points. The purple should be something like 40 COD points. Then the one below that should be 30. And then the one below that should be 20 COD points. Right. And do it all individual. Meaning like I can go in here and select individually which one I actually want to buy. That way I don't get like dumb crap on top of it. This is basically this, but on a higher, whatchamacallit, 1,800 instead of 1,100. See what I'm saying? Overpriced. But if you guys want to see my stuff that I actually wish list, it's these packs. Okay? Which actually change a couple good stuff about the guns. So like the Raiden, like, see how that actually changes the look of the gun? That's the reason I chose it. Same as this one looks pretty okay. Cyberstick, for the MK35 ASR. I mean, it doesn't really change much. I think I've done this one more for like the little melee thing there. When I look at a pack and I consider it like deemable to actually be something to pick up, I think of something that changes the look of the gun. Like the MK35 ASR here. See? Changes the look. This one doesn't really change the look, but kind of looks okay. And I mean, it has animation already in it already. But you guys get the idea. It changes the look of the darn gun, man. To make it feel special or new or, actually radiates something that feels good. Like even this one, like look. See how it does that? See it? Okay. It actually changed it. Same as like the sword skin here. Actually looks pretty okay with it. I did not like the Echo 12 shotgun being in this. I don't like how, Call of Duty makes shotguns too OP. They do, like, massively OP. And then the 1911, that one, which I already have a way better skin for now, so that's why I'm not ever going to get it now. But you get the idea. Like, I look for stuff that change the look of guns. Like, even this one, man. Like, this one, mwah, they cooked on this one, man. That looks good. And that's the KRS-72, technically the AK. And then, like, this one, which doesn't really change much. But then you get this, which actually looks fantastic. So, yeah, it's just like I look at it and see how much do they actually change in it. And then this one was just so I could quickly unlock this. Well, wait, this. Without having to do the thing, but I ended up doing it and completing it anyways before dashing the money to get it. So, yeah. If I was to choose one out of this as of like literally if I was to try to spend my $14 and see if I couldn't do like the $9.99 for like 1,000 COD points, I would say right now the ones that would actually go for is either this one for this dude's skin, because that actually is pretty cool, or B, I would do something like, What would I actually do? Oh, I'd have to get something like this, because I only have that, so it'd be 1,000 COD points. So technically it'd be like this. But any of these actually good in the sense that I would actually like them if I was trying to shoot for it or go for it tomorrow? I mean, technically, like, I'd probably go for that tomorrow, but not really, because I'm going for a different game at the moment. But, like, this looks pretty cool. That actually looked pretty cool. Only thing is, if I went with it, the only thing I'd be able to go for is something like this one, which is only like 1,100 COD points, man. They upped that, Jesus Christ. Used to, that was like $14.99. Now it's like $15.99. That's a whole dollar more. Jesus. I'd probably have to go for like $17 now in order to get that. Or technically, that's on discount, ain't it, right now? Because technically it's $9.99, and then it's supposed to be $20, but they actually discounted that. Nice. I'll give COD that. You know what? They discounted that. I'll give them that. But yeah. See, that actually doesn't look too bad. Again, I go for stuff that changed the game, but I do kind of like that one too. I just don't want to spend my money in this game anymore, man. Because let's be honest, I just can't be bothered to spend my money in a game that has the hit registry this does. I mean, I wouldn't mind buying this content and then playing zombies only, but then at that point it just gets boring because it's the same thing like over and over and over and over and over, and it just gets boring, man. I wish I could bring back the skill to multiplayer, man, and actually make it have skill and not be hit reg bullshit that allows people to kill me or I kill someone on like bullshit. Like, let it actually be down to someone's skill. But yeah. Kind of oofed, man, when it comes to a lot of stuff. What guns actually come in this? So, that and that, which doesn't look that good. Man. I swear, they release a lot of guns that don't look good, and then they have the guns that do. Because you can see what I like compared to a lot of the stuff that's in the game. Yeah, I'm not spending $20 on that. That's not even worth 4. That's not even worth 4. I'll probably stick to grinding for Warframe tomorrow. Because realistically, I would have to go for one of these packs that are like only like 1,300 to 1,400 if I wanted to spend my money on this game, and I really just don't, to be honest with you. Everything nowadays is just too overpriced, okay, for a Call of Duty game. Like, look how dull this page is when it comes to content. Like, yeah, you get the black cell thing, but doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Okay. We'll grab the blueprint, but then we'll go back in the pages and forward in the pages as well. So, like, the LMG, like I said, I like the green one over the gold and black one here. Nope. Why do we have, like, 6 pistols hanging off of our chest? It's pointless. Kind of pointless for that. XP is always good. This pistol actually looks amazing. That actually is just like, why? COD points always good to put in here. Blueprints like this is not bad to put in here. There's this, which just shows him, I guess, taking off a suppressor or putting one on, one of the two. Not really good. Just time consuming. Always good for XP. The sniper is actually not bad. I like the purple and black one more than I do this one, but whatever. That actually wasn't too bad. XP is always good. And then, like, this gun, which I've always find to be kind of dumb. Its recoil's, like, through the roof. But, yeah, like, look how lackluster this is, bro. Like, dude, half the skins just look like they just slapped it together, right? Like, instead of having their stuff look like this, which looks really nice, and some of the other stuff that looks really nice, and then skins like where there's multiple different versions of the different kind of black cell skins, which can look nice depending on which view you want to go through or which route. But you get the idea. Like, literally, it's lackluster. And then to show you guys forward, so we were on page 10. Actually, no, page 11, my bad. So, lackluster. That actually doesn't look bad. That's okay. Lackluster. That doesn't look bad. Lackluster. Lackluster. Doesn't look bad. Lackluster. Lackluster. Doesn't look bad. Lackluster. Great. Doesn't, isn't bad. Isn't bad. Isn't bad. Lackluster. Come on, dude. Remove shotguns out of the battle pass. You break shotguns every game. Stop adding new shotguns to the game that's completely broken. Alongside, we don't need blueprints for broken items. Like, don't make them look good and be broken. At least nerf them and then make packs for them that look good, so that way people run it just because they look good, not because they're broken. Okay. But lackluster. Okay. Lackluster. Lackluster. Bruh, why? It's stupid. Looks good. Lackluster. 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 Actually, pretty good. Lackluster. Wonderful. Lackluster. Actually, you know what? Hold on. That, actually, you know what, is good. Lackluster. Good. Lackluster. Wonderful. Wonderful. Lackluster. Okay, but could have been better. And to be honest with you, that looks okay, and then just stupid. Like, I can sit here and go through that. It's pointless in Call of Duty at the point to do that. And the thing is, a lot of people are going to disagree with the same way I feel. But I'm sorry, but a good version of a gun to me isn't. Hold on, let's go to blueprints right quick. A good version of a gun to me isn't something like. Let's see if I can find it here. Hold on. I might not actually find it in this game. I know it's in other games. I thought this game might have brought a pack that had it, but I could be wrong. I mean, that doesn't look bad, to be honest, but keep going. Keep going. Mate, that actually doesn't look bad either, but kind of reminds me of like it looks regular. Which is why I probably didn't favorite it. Think of this. Okay? This. Right here. Wonderful, amazing thing to point out here. I don't care about camouflage. It didn't change the look of the gun. They just spray painted a camo and said worth 2,400 COD points. No. Okay. Ugly. It's vomit. Does not belong as something I pay for. If I wanted a camo version of this gun that had like woodland camo, I've literally just earned the woodland camo and literally put it on it for free. Okay? It does not need to be in a pack. Pack weapons, something you buy, should change the aspect of the gun. Maybe if like the iron sight looks horrible in a way to somebody, buying a brand new version of the gun that changes or alters the iron sight, maybe for something they feel is better, is better. Changing the full aesthetic to the gun is also better. The only time I don't like the full aesthetic being changed, which messes with the iron sight and makes it worse, is on a gun like if we go to ARs right quick and we go down to the Peacekeeper and you look at the blank certainty, which, by the way, guys, if you look at the, you know what, I can actually show you because here's the zombies build. And then here is the, version of it that only has 1, 2, 3, 4 attachments. Do I have another certainty up here that isn't? No, I do not. So let's create a blank certainty, and we're going to make this a version I'd probably run. So we do that, and then we'd probably throw on the... To be honest with you, I would prefer this for recoil, and then this for damage range, bullet velocity, horizontal recoil, yeah. And then we're going to have to really hit this recoil hard, so damage range and recoil stabilization, where you could also use the stock for it as well. So damage range, bullet velocity, what we can do is remove off, technically, what is this? The 40 rounds, it could stay. We can remove off this and throw the stock on, which is this one, so it is recoil stabilization, vertical and horizontal, and that is kind of what we would run, right? And then if we go to organize, go to camo, you would throw your camo on that you want. In this case, I'm going to throw on like a different camo, so not that one. That actually doesn't look bad, but I kind of want to go through all of them and see which ones I actually actually do like. That actually doesn't look bad. And it matches kind of the skin of what it usually comes in, but we are going to do this one. I actually kind of liked this one a little bit. All right. How this gun actually looks when you use it, especially on console. If we go to the firing range with this, I want you to look at the iron sight to this. Look how fat that iron sight is. Like if I actually hover over something like with some light here, maybe. See that fat iron sight? Okay. That iron sight is atrocious to compare to what we could have, by the way. And yeah, that's the recoil pattern to this with recoil fixing. So if someone's absolute beaming the shit out of you with this, report it. Like right there, yeah, but then when you start hitting this target, it's harder, and then that one, nah, bruh. Nah. Just, no. Mm-mm. Report that, B. If they're beaming you like that, report it. Okay. All day, every day, the Peacekeeper is not absolutely beamy. But again, I showed you that with just a couple attachments compared to like what the zombies build is here. But you guys get the idea at this point, right? It's kind of oofed, and we're going to delete that now. And I'm going to show you guys another build and show you guys what the iron sights could look like on this weapon if the developers actually sat down and took their time with it compared to what they did with that one. So you see how fat the iron sights to that one is. Now let's go through and use the Reaper's mark and make a thing for this. So like if we do the same thing again, this alongside, damage range and bullet velocity, okay, which has the same barrel, just it's not skinned to have the other barrel. Again, the 40 round mag. The stock is going to be the prestige attachment for the recoil. We'll do this and throw on the recoil again, right? So, same thing we just used. into the firing range. No camo this time. Now look at that iron sight. It's not as fat anymore. And it looks like a little red dot, but it's a green. Notice? That recoil, though, was, like, atrocious still. Okay? But, notice that? It's not a super fat aimer. It's actually thinned down and looks a little better. So, that's the only time a skinned weapon, I think, kind of is just, like, really horrible, is when the skinned weapon's, like, blueprint aimer is garbage. Okay? Let's go up here, and, actually, yeah, this, and, boop. That is my zombies build, right? Yeah. Just wanted to make 110% sure. So yeah, it's oof. The next thing, Activision, is if I was to, say I wanted this, and I was like, okay, I want this, and then, boom, went to do this, I should not lose my blueprints. These should not get touched. What it should do is just reset to this one, the regular version, the base version of the game I haven't edited, and then lock these till I unlock the attachments again. It shouldn't reset them and clear all my blueprints. And the best way to show you that is with the new SMG, because you can see I do have stuff set up here, but I can actually go in and redo these because I don't really care too much for them. So I can actually go and like re-level it and do everything needed to be like that. And plus, I mean, there are store versions I can take a look at if I wanted to. Don't like any of these though, sadly. Actually, wasn't this one only like, yeah, it's only 2,000. And then this one was like 24, and then this one was 3,000. Okay. But to show you what it actually does, if I do this, I go in and I'm like, okay, I absolutely want to, prestigious weapon to prestige 1. Watch what happens to my blueprints. What happened to all my blueprints, game? Like, okay, I keep this one, I keep this one. What happened to my good blueprints? I keep these because they're the Battle Pass versions. But what absolutely actually happened to my created blueprints? Think that. The legit base created blueprints that I was using, what happened to them? The ones I already had, like I created off of this one. What happened to it? We're going to do that. Keep this. To be honest with you, recoil is always something I like to manage, but I need to actually see what all's actually on this. So I can go to this, which is rechamber time, reload quickness. Okay, underbarrel, laser. Let's do this because it unlocks at level 24. There. Okay. There. You guys now get to see it reset itself. And I find that to be horrible, okay? To me, yes, that is horrible that it resets itself like that. I should be able to have all the ones I made of the weapon. They just lock until I unlock those attachments again. So the blueprints just lock themselves. And then I have to re-level the weapon to unlock the attachments there for the blueprint to unlock. Is what should happen. But that is not what happens. I actually lose my clear data classes. So I have to actually write down the stuff and retype the code in, or actually re-put the attachments on if I didn't, and try to memorize what attachments is what, for what weapon, all that. And then also got to keep in order all the different weapon codes for every time I go to actually prestige weapons to retype the code in. So that's a good little thing I wanted to show you guys. That's why I don't normally prestige my weapons, because you literally lose all your builds. The only things you get to keep is the blueprints you bought from the store or the blueprints you earned through the battle pass. Stupidity from the game devs. Okay? But it's back to level 1, which means I got to do that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to play a couple more little bits of maybe zombies or something, and I'll see you guys in a bit.